Hi, and welcome to Monday Morning Detective, the podcast. I am your host, Gino Scala, and this is episode number 54. Today we're going to follow up on the Carlee Russell kidnapping, which took place in Birmingham, Alabama, which is about a couple of hundred miles south of me here in Huntsville, Alabama. And I had two previous podcasts related to this incident. The first one, I predicted, or I stated that it looked to be a baiting situation where someone put out a baby in diapers. This woman, as a good Samaritan, finds a baby and checks for the baby's welfare and was snatched off the streets. This was supported by the fact that she was on the phone at the time. You can hear her talking to someone, and that's what was the original theory. She showed up 48 or 72 hours later, back at her home, obviously having walked. She had left her vehicle. I'm not sure if she left her cell phone behind. I believe she did. And the few things that she had purchased at the grocery store just prior, and so forth. So it raised a lot of questions. She was immediately hospitalized. We assumed she had a rape kit tested and all that. Also, during this period of time, the family wasn't cooperating with the police. Now, I don't mean to indicate they weren't not cooperative. It's just that they requested some privacy at this time while she was in the hospital. This is apparently a very religious family, and they felt the need to gather together and not cooperate with the police at that time. Well, during the investigation, after that, my initial theory of her being baited, which was later substantiated by the police, who went on the same theory, some more information started to come out, and I had a second podcast on this topic. And I thought that there was a chance that this girl, through stress or whatever other means, causes, had what I call a break from reality. That she imagined having seen this child and was walking aimlessly through the streets or through the woods or wherever she ended up. And people do have these mental breaks from reality. They forget who they are. They forget where they are. They're lost. And then suddenly things start coming back into focus, and they return home. Now, this is a mental problem, mental illness issue, and it's quite common. Some cases of amnesia are considered these types of breaks from reality. And this girl seems to have had it all together for a while. She's doing well in school. She's gainfully employed. She's a church-going Christian, and it's a very religious family. So she's a good person, and it would be just like a good person to be a good Samaritan to a child alone on the street, especially in diapers. So I adjusted my original theory to the possibility that she was suffering a break from reality and in some sort of mental illness. As the police continued their investigation, their dive into her cell phone and into her her computer, PC or laptop, revealed a lot of telling information. In essence, she'd been searching for excuses to disappear and how to fake a kidnapping and things of that nature. So the gig was up at that point. The jig was up. It's clear what she had done, why she did it, we don't know. Again, I'm sure mental illness has something to do with it, but it's a foregone conclusion now, along with her written confession that she wrote through her attorney, that she did in fact pretend everything that happened. There was no baby, there was no baiting, there was no kidnapping. She says that she did not stay at a hotel with a boyfriend or any other person. And at this point, that's all we really know. She is going to be held responsible financially for the man hours it took to investigate this fake crime. She will probably be charged with false reporting of a crime and probably plead down to misdemeanor, time served, or whatever. She's not going to face a lot of criminal repercussions on this, punitive repercussions, because it's a one-time incident, and I do think mental illness has something to do with it. Now, what we need to do as a society is not assume that every future incident like this is a Carlee Russell situation or a Sherry Papini situation where she faked her own kidnapping as well, and several other documented fake kidnappings. We have to understand and realize that real kidnappings occur, and I know initially if it tends to be a woman, they're going to have initial reaction that it's probably fake. Well, you shouldn't, because many more kidnappings are real than they are fake. So I just wanted to put a bow on this investigation with our third and potentially our final podcast on this subject, unless some breaking news comes aboard that is interesting or changes the story significantly. Otherwise, it's just going to be court follow-ups, mental health follow-ups, and potentially they'll just fade away into the background. We took interest in this story because it is a local story to us. Not a lot of national stories come from Alabama, so we certainly are interested in that. Through Facebook, we have connections with people that are connected directly to this story, either through the victim or through victims' relatives or through the police. So we were, Monday Morning Detective was, on the outskirts of this investigation as far as knowledge and information. So we are happy that she's home and safe, and it's time to pay the piper and then turn the page and move on from this. The latest information as of this morning was that this boyfriend of hers, who's been somewhat the liaison between the victim and the press, is now an ex-boyfriend. I guess he's been embarrassed or humiliated or something along those lines, and they have since broken up. So that doesn't bode well for Carlee either. She'll have to deal with that. But maybe that was her ultimate goal, was to get out of this relationship. Well, all right, so that'll be it for today's episode 54 and the conclusion of the Carlee Russell fake kidnapping. And hope to see you again very soon. Have a great day.